Alright, g'day guys, and welcome to another video. Another sunny, actually red hot day here in Japan. I think it's a bit cooler up here in the mountains where we are at Stacked Racing, but it was 36 down the bottom, right?
Yeah, on the highway, 36 in the car. So.
Yeah. So, moving on, we have done some work off camera, which I'm about to show you guys once Ross stops his copyright music, so I can go around to the front of the car.
Ah.
Yeah. Yeah, how cool is this S15 though? Very pretty car. It was at that drift day we went to the other day. Thank you. Yep. And kind of weird seeing Velinos on a Falcon. A pair of Velinos is worth more than most Falcons.
Yeah. They're definitely a good tyre though. Like,
oh yeah.
First time I've ever driven on them is over here, and they last so long.
Yeah.
Like, they're such a good tyre.
My calipers aren't as not fitting as I thought.
To be honest, kind of close to.
No, see how that one sits high? So that's the handbrake one at the moment. This is the foot brake one. So we're having an issue with the handbrake being pretty shitty. So we're trying to work out a solution to fix it. And one of the solutions I've come up with, because where we've mounted this, it's good. It was good for what it is, but it doesn't get full contact with the pad, so the handbrake doesn't work good. What we're thinking about doing is just swapping which caliper feeds. So this will end up foot brake and this will end up handbrake. That is a possible solution at this point. We don't know if 100% it'll work, but there's more chance of a full coverage pad versus a parter pad working on the back of the car. So that's where we're at with that, I think.
Yeah, give that a go. You know, even test it around here just to be sure. And if it doesn't work, what we might do is get better rotors and
the rotors and pads are shit. Let's be real. Yeah, it's something I should have fixed.
Oh, look, you know, in hindsight, everything's always different.
Lots of things in hindsight.
Yeah, but you know, like if we can get it to work for this trip, then next trip, you know, send a set of pads and rotors over,
and possibly go inline handbrake.
Yeah,
we'll see how we go. Anyway, onto the front of the car. We went ahead and we finally have our oil cooler kit in. Except it's super hard to see. I can assure you guys, the oil cooler is behind the plasma and intercooler. We've got an oil cooler. You can see the lines just there running through to a sandwich plate down, where is it? Down here, next to, down there, next to the K&N filter. So the lines come off of that, up through the front into the oil cooler, which is down in there. Now, not only have we done that, we've also added water sprayers, which again are going to be tough to see, just there, down there. So we've got water sprayers that spray onto the radiator and oil cooler to try and help with these temperatures issues that we've been having problems with. Keeping in mind, it's hot, man. It's 30 plus degrees every time. Bad wheel bearing. And we just found out we got a bad wheel bearing too.
I don't know if that's a wheel bearing or wheel bearing.
Yeah, it's a wheel bearing. I actually remember that being a thing last time I was here, and I should have fixed it, and I haven't. And here we are. So, wheel bearing, can you add that to your list?
We'll just go down the shop and buy one, yeah?
Just go down the shop and buy one?
Yeah, just go buy one.
And now the other thing is, those from Kansai sent me out enough wheels to get me really going. I have the wheels that are on the car and another 7 Kansais. Everything kind of needs to fit in the car, so I'm at a problem here where I don't have a lot of space. So I've got these boxes here below me, which I'm going to use for all of my stuff, so all my spare parts and all that. And then I've got a toolbox, and then axles, and then I have a big boot that for whatever reason has a huge hole in it. So essentially we are going to make brackets to hold the 2 boxes in the boot, and we should fit at least 2 wheels, possibly 3, and the axles hopefully in the back of this car.
Squish a third in there somewhere.
Yeah. So we're going to be struggling to fit. We're going to try. I think if we're going to fit at least 2 in there, we'll be all right.
Too easily.
Too easily?
Yeah, too easily. 3
we'll see.
Maybe.
3 maybe.
Yeah.
All right. But we got and put the axles in there. Then on top of that, I've also got an extra fuel tank, and some other bits and pieces. So basically, it's working out a way to fit everything inside the car here in Japan. Ideally, probably would have run roof racks. I think some roof racks. I may even bring them next trip. A set of roof racks for this car that I can just take on and off, you know, with a cage. So when the car's sitting around, I'll just have the spare wheels, you know, chained onto the roof with locks so no one nicks them. And, you know, just keep my stuff together with the car, being aware that I don't have a garage to put anything here in Japan. I only have the car and I need to fit all my stuff in the car. And yeah, having all those spare wheels, especially when you're at Ibisu, is a huge thing. Not so much down here in this area, but up at Ibisu you need the spare wheels. It's hard to sort of get it go on the tire machine, and there's a lot of wheel breakages at Ibisu, so I need it there more than here, but we've got the wheels anyway. So again, huge shout out to Kansai, all the partners with this car. Shockworks are another huge one. Hopefully they'll get on board again for later in this year when we come back again with this car. Aiken for doing the stickers and the design of the stickers for me, which I freaking love. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead now and start pumping out this. And I also want to go see Shane, who crashed my car the other day. He's already fixed the wall back there, to see his overall thoughts, because I watched the video when I edited it and I'm like, man, we never got his actual thoughts on the car. So I'm gonna go and have a chat with him in a minute, let the boys cruise away on this and see what he thinks of the Turbo Barra Falcon in Japan. Alright, so something we missed in the last video, sort of my impressions of the car is obviously really good. Like, I'm stoked on the car. It's turbo. Biased, I like the way it handled and all that sort of stuff. In your own words, thoughts on the Falcon?
Yeah, I mean, she's big, obviously.
Yeah.
But, you know, like...
There's a longer rear end than you're used to.
I've never really got into chasers. Like, I'm not a big 100 fan, but this thing, it sort of handles, like... It's got the agility of a Silvia, but the sort of stability of a 100, so...
Yeah.
It's definitely got a lot of advantages, I feel, you know?
Yeah. It's sort of the funny thing, because, like, you're obviously been in Japan forever now and don't even know anything about these cars, which is funny in itself.
Like, it's a bit weird when you think about Aussie, right? I've never even seen one drifting before, but, you know, like, it's one of those things, like, there's no perfect recipe, is there? So everything's got its pluses and minuses. And I feel like that car's got a lot of advantages for high-speed shit, for sure.
Yeah.
Where it doesn't have that sort of boaty feeling that you expect with a big car. So, you know, it depends on the circuits, but definitely a very potential car.
Yeah. And I sort of, like I was saying with it, it feels better than my JZX 100, which is, again, still feels like a dirty thing to say, considering that the Falcon's still somewhat more, it is a little bit more basic than my 100, just being, yeah, there's less arms and stuff, but just overall, for some reason, the chassis just freaking works, man. I wish there was like somebody back home in Australia that just had more time and more commitment and development and ignored the stereotype, because I feel like they're just...
I think the stereotype's hard because they're just a little bit ugly, aren't they, see? So that's where you got to deal with sort of like... I think the later model will be better, but like you said, it's got that stigma, so people feel like, oh, it's just a shitty, cheap car, so let's get the shitty base one.
Yeah.
But if you put the effort into a later model Falcon, it should be cool, right? Like,
which people forget. These were just old shit boxes 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Well,
what are they now then?
Just missile. But they were just, you know what I mean? It was
10 years
all
ago,
just JZX 90s, JZX 100s.
Oh, you mean
but even
in Japan?
S chassis were just...
Well, that's true, yeah, that's true.
They were all just cheap.
Yeah, that's true. The only reason people got into hundreds is because they were cheap missiles in the first place.
Exactly.
So Falcon's like that new generation of that, really.
Yeah, you had that new, a later model car with a big engine that could make power easily, hold power easily, and they're readily available.
They're definitely not sports cars for sure.
No.
But, people made them that way.
But even these being like a sports car, they're still, like, let's be real, stock S chassis shit.
Yeah, stock is shit. The irony is, I was like A86 boy back in the day, and I'm like, oh, these things are shit. They're so fucking like, you know, they don't snap like an A86 does. Yeah. But then as soon as you change the suspension and stuff, they're a different thing, aren't they?
Yeah. No, as soon as you change every bit of them, they turn good.
Every bit of them. Every bit of them, pretty much.
Yeah.
But the Falcon's a similar thing, obviously, and as long as you got that
just
base,
some suspension parts in them and they're good to go. So.
The upper and lower front arm is, I've always been a fan of that. I feel like that's definitely a big secret for high speed stability.
Yeah, super stable, 100%.
Especially when you're a big lock and you want that little bit extra stability, like you want to be able to chase it a bit.
Any
first and strut, you're like, oh, I'm just waiting.
Yeah, any sort of 100, any sort of bumps and any of that sort of stuff, like big bumpy tracks, like your stuff like the Falcon, JZX, etc., will just like excel.
Definitely way more stability.
So yeah. Many more Falcons in Japan.
I'm impressed. Maybe a little bit too long for me. I don't know.
No, so I don't think it's only we looked. It was like a foot longer than a Silvia.
Yeah, it's not a foot longer. Yeah,
wasn't it a foot? Yeah, about a foot and a half.
I guess it may be hard, but you'd probably be on the ripple strip on the inside and hit the wall at the same time. But most of the bigger circuits should be alright.
I feel like where it tripped you up getting into the wall was more so where you sit, because you sit kind of
You
far
do,
forward.
you do actually, and you notice when you have a think about where you're sitting, you're actually really quite close to the
You're
engine.
really far forward, and that's why I find in the Falcon, you'll be on big angle and not actually feel that sideways.
Yeah, exactly.
Where like I would use my Corvette as an example, even on low angle, because you're sitting against the back tyre, you feel gangster. You're like, oh, gangster, and then you walk at the footage and you're like, shit, I wasn't sideways enough. So, yeah.
There's definitely a lot of, well, there's always pluses and minuses, isn't there? It's one of those things, but as an overall balance, there's definitely a lot of potential in that chassis.
Out of 10?
Oh, Jesus. Shit. If a Sylvia's like a 7 or an 8, I'd give it a 7 or a 6, maybe. No, a bit around that, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
That's
I'm definitely
good.
impressed. Well, if you were to, in my opinion, 100s, JZXs, I'm not a big fan. V35s, not a big fan. Like, they're about a 4 or 5 in my opinion. So I feel it's better than that.
Yeah.
So if you could get...
This
Well,
is
that all
very
depends on the courses,
controversial
doesn't it?
here, I tell
It
you.
all depends on the courses, doesn't it? Like,
Yeah.
you wouldn't take the Falcon to Mayhem and expect to win because it's so fucking huge. You haven't got enough straight.
Same with the JZX.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
But then again, you could send it at scuba, like Mayhem, a big angle and shit, and probably pull it off.
Yeah. Well,
You're basically the next level.
To be fair, I found this thing even on Toge to be sick. Like, don't get me wrong, when you throw a backy down into the hairpins, your front's in the grass and your rear's in the grass. But it's sick. Like, it's great fun. It's interesting, man. I'm actually glad to hear someone back that up, because
It's good to have something different in Japan for starters, and then definitely I can see the potential for sure.
Yeah, and it's probably a fact where I've sat there and said, like, I don't. It's hard to explain that it's better than my JZX, and it's a freaking good chassis, and people are sort of like, yeah, it's your car. But having someone else validate it feels good for me.
It definitely comes across like you're biased because that's what you're playing with, so people just have that impression that, oh, you just say that.
Yeah.
But I generally can see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, your first flick in it, you were like, holy shit, this thing's good.
Right.
Yeah.
It just wants to be there at angle, which is important.
Yeah,
A lot
which
of
I
big
did
cars,
say.
A lot of big cars, you got to really wait for it, but that thing just goes.
Yeah, it needs to be on angle. So I didn't put a couple clips in of Shane stuffing it up on his first couple goes, which had a lot to do with handbrake.
The factory handbrake was good. It didn't do anything.
Yeah, the handbrake didn't help, but you also, when you was shallow, it just won't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It's like
so
Love's angle, yeah.
it needed the big angle. So, no.
A lot of lighter
Very
cars
cool thing.
struggle with the LSD too, don't forget too, but a bigger car just overrides it. It doesn't matter if you've got a locker or an LSD or not.
Yeah.
Definitely big
Man.
advantages.
So there you have it, folks. From Japan, a man that's literally Japanese. You've been, how long have you been here? 20 years?
20 years, yeah.
He's freaking Japanese.
I've been here more than I've been in Oz.
So how can you just say for us in Japanese that Falcon is number 2?
Say again, sorry?
That Falcon's number 2, only behind an S chassis.
I wouldn't go far as say that, mate, but they're not that bad. They're good.
Well, you said Sylvia's are a 7 or an 8, 6 or a 7,
Six
or
or
7 or 8.
So what's in
And you
between?
said the Falcon was a 6 or a 7.
Well, there's generally just there's hundreds or the Sylvias. What's in between? What's the other drift cars?
If you're a weird RX-7 guy
Yeah,
or
maybe
a Skyline guy, Falcon's definitely better than a Skyline.
Anymore. RX-7s maybe, but I'm not really experiencing those. But
Yeah,
I think you got a lot of potential there. You got to make it happen.
yeah. So, Ichiban Falcon.
Ichiban Falcon. Maybe Ichiban.
All right, so back onto the car now. Adam is Adam, and he's already gone ahead and switched all the brakes over. All we got to do is bleed him up now. What else have you done? Oh, you messed around with the handbrake as well.
Yeah, I readjusted the handbrake so the pulling point was like here.
Yeah, it was fine.
So now it's actually, you'll have a proper
Pull.
length.
Have a proper
Good
pull.
Good pull.
Have a good pull. Yeah, it's been actually quite hard from that perspective, sharing a room with 3 blokes.
I've got no shoes.
Oh, friends forever. So anyway, Ross, in his boat engineering brilliance,
I don't know what this is boat engineering.
I think it's, well, whatever it is, it's good, it works. If you can see that. We went and got some mesh, which is a heaps better idea than what we had, I think.
Yeah. We were
Right.
going to build a box, but now we're going to fold a box.
Yeah, we're just gonna fold this up and run it down inside
Basically turned
of
into
here. Turn it into a,
cold shopping trolley.
yeah.
800 by row, and I'm by 650.
800 by 650, and then you want to drop down X amount.
800?
You spot on, are you?
Yeah, plenty of room.
Plenty of room, he says.
By 650. Plenty of room.
Unreal.
Should be right.
Yeah. Oh, get an old grinder.
Mate, there's no rules when you go international. You don't have to worry about standards.
Whatever works,
As
works.
long as it works, it works.
All right.
So, good done.
So how's this for interesting news? Everyone's watching already knows, but I asked Shane to obviously rate the Falcon as far as a driving car. Said S chassis,
Yep.
a 7 or an 8. Falcon, a 6 or a 7.
Really?
Better than a JZX.
And this one you can go to dinner with the family.
Well, you can with the JZX as well. It's just these are a fraction of the price.
Yeah. Wow. Here?
Well, no, it's not. You would still get a Falcon to Japan cheaper than it would be to buy a JZX.
Scary, eh?
Yeah.
That's scary.
So, guys, back at home,
If you want a Falcon in Japan,
get a Falcon. Honest to God, they are. You go buy an XR6 Turbo with the T56 or a TR6060 gearbox. You get a pretty bulletproof drivetrain. You get an MFP main force performance diff brace is all I've got in there, and a welded diff and a few poly bushes. In the rear, I have, what have I got? A camber arm? Just a camber arm. Camber and toe.
So you're
So I have a camber
upper
arm, yeah, a
and your
camber
toe
arm
arm.
and a toe arm adjustable, and shock works. And then I've got some aftermarket front LCAs and some AU House knuckles. What else? I have a freaking roll cage and a handbrake. It's such a simple freaking car, and it works phenomenally good. Get over the stereotypes, and honestly, if you want to get into drifting, these are a very, very, very good way to go about it. You know, you break a tail light, they're bloody $10 at the wreckers. Definitely the way to go. But you know, I know some people disagree with that, but you know, speaking with Shane definitely confirmed my thoughts, so I'm pretty happy about that. All right, I'm just collecting some footage for a video you watched hopefully yesterday. Ross is making something pretty fancy. I like it.
I feel like I'm building a crab pot, eh?
Yeah, it looks a bit like a crab pot.
Yeah.
Sort of hard to see on camera. I can see the vision. Like it's right
The
there.
idea's there, but we'll see if it works.
I'll see if it works. We're gonna waste that whole $10.
Oh, dude.
Oh no.
Sounded expensive.
1,000 yen?
1,000 yen.
How to make a new lightweight floor for your Ford Falcon. Is that what we're gonna name this video? While next to a gorgeous S15.
I really hope I'm not starting a cream day.
Safety.
For the Falcon.
Crab pot Falcon.
Yeah, could be a thing. Could be a thing.
Alright, really don't think you'd be mad. 2 tyres, jack, and toolbox all in the boot here of the Falcon. They're big boxes too, to be fair.
Yep.
And the only thing is, which depends how you look at things, could see it as a negative, we're just going to get a black spray can. Once we black spray can it, you'll never see it. But you can, because I've got the rear bar cut, you can actually see a little bit of the cage underneath. So it is a bit unsightly, I guess you would say at the moment. However, that's something that we can deal with. I don't know why it's so close. There we go. That's something we can deal with. Fitting everything in, it's sturdy, it's definitely in there, and it's holding. I've never been able to put stuff in the boot, so it's massively good, straight up. Like, thank you, sir. Engineering.
Engineering.
We'll show it like this. When you see the engineering up close, it works.
It's farm spec engineering, but
Yeah,
it's engineering nonetheless.
it works, and it's going to be light.
Yeah. That's
Lightweight. And now left inside the car is, all we've got left in here is the axles. That is nothing. That's like, actually I should just get rid of that. So what we might be doing is just, I think just lobbing this pole out. Just need to cut that pole out, and then I'll be able to put wheels in the back. Should be able to put at least 4 in the back here, and then, or 3 in the back and 1 in the front. I think that should be it. I know I've got the 2 in the back, then 4, and I've got 1 left over, which I can obviously just sit in the front seat if we need to, or just get rid of it. It is just an odd size. I don't know, let me know in the comments. Maybe I could do a giveaway with it or something. Bring 1 wheel back to Australia. Probably fit 1 wheel in the luggage, eh?
Yeah.
Without a tyre. Maybe could do a giveaway with it. I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below, and we'll work it out.
Hey. That'll make putting wheels in easier.
Alright, so we're here in the rice fields of Japan, and Naoki's truck doesn't have air conditioning. It's a 6-hour round trip to get where we're going, so we just come to a shop here called Good Feeling, and it's kind of cool because it's just, I don't know, it's just a very Japanese looking place. You got Good Feeling right there, renting this little unit right here, and luckily it's got fold down sides to put, so the sides actually fold down to be able to put the Falcon on, because the Falcon's a big Johnny. So yeah, no double one because Shane's got to work.
I want to go, come on.
He wants to go.
I want to go, but next time we take the 2-car carry, man.
I know. I want to take this one home. These 2-car carriers. And go find some side tracks with the Jimny, but they're so sick, bro. 2-car, top level goes up. You get another car underneath. These things are freaking badass, man. One day. One day. Ain't no bending here, bud. Alright, welcome to day 2 of this vlog. We are on the road. We are just stopping at Starbucks for breakfast because it's just quick, easy, and we know it actually has good coffee. Cars chill on the transporter. We had some spare tyres come loose. Naoki gave me, I don't know if I'm buying them, or he gave me some of these new, like a full-on crazy compound new Volino restricted tyre for D1, something along those lines. So they're like a Volino 08R, which is their best one, but it's in a slightly different tread pattern. So yeah, just having a quick look over the straps and stuff while Ross is in grabbing some Starbucks. Get back on the road. But yeah, pretty stoked to be going to Bahoku, guys.
You joke about that, but we can do it right now.
You joke about it. This is no joke. This is a truck toll, and it's more than 2 hours, bro.
With no ETC.
No, yeah, I'm scared.
Yeah, let's watch him. Let's watch him cringe.
Is that the right hole? Have I told you guys about LukeFink.com, where you can buy merch from me that helps me doing stupid stuff like this? Because yeah,
This is definitely stupid.
$60. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but that goes to the other 30.
Oh, this is only 1 of 4.
Give me my thing back. I'm scared. Give me my card back. Okay, give me
Now
my
we
card
definitely
back.
need people to buy merch.
Yeah, if it didn't give me my card back.
Yeah.
Press the receipt.
What are you telling me about? Oh, give me a receipt. Alright, that goes with all the other receipts from tolls on the way here.
Yeah.
But we're nearly at Bahoku, guys.
Yeah.
Woo!
What he's neglecting to say is that we've actually got to go all the way back.
Later. Yeah,
Much later.
Maybe we'll stay. We've actually brought a change of clothes out here in case we end up doing the comp that's on tomorrow, which Naoki's giving me tyres for and really wants me to do. But his 12-year-old son is doing it, or 11 or 12-year-old son is doing it, and I'm like, well, it can't be that. It's not like it's just a regional D1 event. But I'm like I'm very keen to enter it just so I can have a D1 window banner, like a legit, real life D1 window banner on my Ford Falcon. Like that's just ridiculous to me. Like, you know, OG drifted myself like watching D1 back in the day. To have a D1 banner on that car to me is so comical that I kind of want to do it. So we'll see how we go. But we're going to stop at a convenience store in a sec and then straight to friggin', oh, Jesus Christ, that car looked like it was driving straight to us.
Focus, mate, focus.
I was looking at the Navi and realised we need to stop at a Quickie Mart. Actually, we need fuel too.
We do need a Quickie Mart.
Alright, we got stuff to do.
Okay.
Go away. Alright guys, we've just rocked up. Japanese are already looking over the car, wanting to see some stuff. Oh, they want to see the engine? Oh, they want to see the engine. We've already had some people frothing over it, checking out the engine and everything, so we can show some more of them the engine. But yeah, we've gone ahead, we put the Kenders on just to go out first, and then I've got all 08Cs and then those really good ones.
Yeah, 450 horsepower.
Yeah. Two things. Can't believe I'm driving onto Bihoku, and then extra can't believe I'm doing it in a Ford Falcon. It's ridiculous. So many levels of ridiculous.
You having fun, are you, bud?
It's just freaking hilarious, bro.
tight, dude. It's pretty quick for a turbo. It'll be tight. Jump out.
Fuck. And this is drifting, folks. And for all the happiness that you have, and then to turn up at the racetrack on a car you've spent so much, like we have spent so much time prepping and making sure this car's perfect. To boom, first lap, shit a turbo.
Actually, shit a turbo.
Shit a turbo. So I've gone and checked it. Ross has gone in. It's got crazy amounts of play. The bearings just failed, from what we can tell. It's not blowing oil, so then we obviously checked the oil line, cracked the oil line off, immediately filled up with oil. Like, yeah, hold on, I got a phone call. Yo.
Just wait.
Yeah, she broken, folks. Start it up.
Yeah, she broken.
Very broken.
Wanted to buy 3584 core,
284.
something like that. So yeah.
All right, depression sat in and left already. It's time to move on. We are stopped somewhere in Japan here. If that looks familiar and this area looks familiar, you know Mad Mike. This is the company he works with, TCP Japan, Total Car Produce. Shane has hit us up and let us know that it might be a turbo here that we'll be able to purchase, an older model, Garrett or GCG, that we may be able to steal a core out of, for a price of course. But yeah, might be cheap, might be a way to get us back on track to not necessarily go back to Bihoku, but be able to at least have a sesh tomorrow or Monday. So yeah, we'll have a look. All right, so having a little geeze around at Mikey's cars. So Mazda 6, this was at World Time Attack. The Lynx car has just been finished, and then Mike's old competition car. Can't really see it, but it's there. This thing's a bit silly, isn't it?
It's ridiculous.
It's a lot of engine down the front. So just because he's used to seeing super high performance cars, you want to see a Ford Falcon, I understand. So I'm going to show him what a Ford Falcon is. And yeah. Did Shane tell you he thinks this car's better than JZX 100 for drifting and stuff?
Why?
Better handling,
Oh, okay.
better power.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice suspension.
Yeah. Suspension is similar to JZX, but better.
Easy for you.
What do you think?
Yeah, interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Much easier than rotary.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, take whole turbo manifold in 1 hour.
Wow.
Yeah, very easy.
So yeah, we're gonna do a little Facebook, Instagram live thing, guys, and just ask before we go and rip everything apart to see if we can get this turbo on. Just get consensus from back home. And the luck hasn't changed, guys. Unfortunately, the turbo doesn't look like it will fit my application, which sucks. But next time, I guess. But we're still gonna try and work something out. Maybe not necessarily for this trip, but for next trip, obviously. Bring freaking turbos from Australia, whether they be factory turbos, which are completely fine for what I'm doing, or whether I get, slightly bigger one or whatever. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead now and rip back to Stacked, where Shane and that are, to unload this thing and pull this turbo out. We might, in this video, suss out exactly what went wrong, because we're sort of debating whether it's the rear wheels spat off it, whether the bearings have just disintegrated, which we want to know what went wrong, especially before putting another turbo on there and potentially damaging another turbo. And that was part of the reason we didn't grab this turbo as well. So yeah, cool to go to his shop and check it out. All Mike's race cars there, and well, his and Mike's race cars. Cool place to be. But yeah, off to Stacked. bloody expensive freaking day, guys. I've had LukeFink.com, go check it out. It really does allow me to do these sort of things and not have the wife kill me, even though she's probably going to want to kill me after this trip, because we just went out for a whole last day of drifting. As any drifter would know, sometimes shit just goes wrong, and this is going to be like probably a $600+ day, and I turned one lap. Sick. Alright, as you guys know, the turbo blew up. Decided to just scrap the whole cars thing and reached out to my buddy Boyd Hilda, shout out, and also Ryan Williams is helping out as well. Got us some tickets. I found out that X Games is actually on here in Osaka, so we're up pretty early.
Yeah, we're not too early.
Reasonably early. We're on our way to X Games, guys, so go catch up with some pretty well-known faces in the BMX scene. If you don't already know and you haven't been here for a while, I used to be a pro BMX myself, so feel free to look any of that up after this video. But yeah, we're heading out to there now. Ryan Williams is meeting us there, get some tickets, and I don't know what's going on here. There's some things, but yeah, we're on the walk now. Catch up with our Willie straight in there, and BMX Pro Street starts in like 20 minutes time, so let's go. All right, my guy, Boyd, who got us the tips, he's up next. Enjoying yourself, Ross?
Ready, Boyd?
Ready? Get it, Boyd.
Come on, Boyd.
Yo! Nice. Yo! Nice. Yes, Boyd, keep it up. Yo! Come on. Keep the energy up. Yeah. So one of the cooler things is you got other riders here, actual professional BMXers, like Devin, who just had a run now. I didn't show his run, but he also drifts as well. So he noticed me as soon as we got in, but Devin, he's a drifter himself out here, and he's now currently P1, surely. Yeah, P1 by quite a bit, so pretty rad. Keep watching. Oppo? Fucking Oppo. Oh, shit. What the hell?
Silver medalist. Wow, Hotel Boy. Hotel
That is something else. He's getting tired, dude.
He's running out of breath. Alright, in the I'm going around and doing all kinds of weird stuff today, we're back here at the workshop with the FALCON, and we're going to pull this turbo off just to see what actually went wrong with it. That way I don't have any potential issues when I come back. We basically just want to find out exactly what went wrong with it, and that way, you know, just in case I buy a brand new turbo and come back here and have the same issue. So we want to make sure we know what's wrong with it, and that way we can move forward with a solution. Obviously a new turbo is one of them, but we want to know why. And we're worried it's broke the back wheel off, and the back wheel might be down in the exhaust. So that's another thing we're going to work out in a sec. All right, so what do we just open up the filter?
Yeah, check the oil filter for chunks and debris and stuff. We haven't opened it yet, so this could.
So this is pre-turbo.
Pre-turbo. So even that's okay. I'm gonna take it off.
Yeah.
Take the other half off.
Sweaty boy.
Sweaty boy. It is 6 o'clock here and it's still hot.
Still very hot.
It's very, very hot.
All right.
So push him out. So even that's okay. I'd call that fine.
Wow.
Success.
Looks nice still.
SUCCESS.
Ah.
That's the way you spell. That's not broken. So I thought that'd have a little bit of debris or something in it, but
Not
there's
clean.
just nothing.
Clean. That's
So,
a good result.
It does smell burnt, so
Yeah.
that could be the old oil, maybe.
Yeah, that I'd
Could
say
be
it's
the
the
old-
new oil, but we did get it pretty hot.
You reckon?
You know, 140 degrees isn't exactly.
5 times in a row.
Yeah.
No, only once I got it hot. That hot.
Yeah, 140, and then the rest of the other times 120, 130.
Yeah, which I feel like 120 is not bad.
No.
It's not good, but it's like it's not.
After that track day, we're probably going to be doing an oil change anyway, just to go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
just to
she'll cop an
ensure-
oil change like when I get back for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, should
I'll probably bring a new filter and bring a
Yeah.
filter cutter. Just cut that one over, just to
That is on the list.
because still a fresh motor. So yeah.
On the ground.
And there's a rear wheel.
There's a rear wheel.
There's definitely a rear wheel. You were all right and I was wrong.
I know.
It's not a very good rear wheel, but it's there.
It's not a good one.
Right. The front wheels.
Mate, we've got to tighten the turbo bearings.
It's just loose.
Have a feel. They're not.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
Okay.
As in the turbo could be okay,
Oh no, the turbo's fucked now because of that. But
but you reckon the
the
bolt
wheel might have come loose and just
and
destroyed
obliterated the
everything.
front wheel.
yeah.
You're
The pins will
joking.
be bent. And
Nah, it's fucked.
We should. Yeah.
Impeller's fucked.
You're kidding.
Yep.
That's what's happened to it. So the bearing's fine. Like the back feels fine.
no, because it's all loose. It would have just flogged out the
The
bearings.
back feels fine, yes, within reason, because everything's undone, but yeah.
So in theory, if you tighten that up right now, would the bearings be actually fucked, or
I'm
would
gonna
it just
take the
be?
front cover off and
So in other words, when we heard that zzz noise that it was making, it was probably just loose at that point.
Yeah, it probably got a bit hot. Took a little bit of tension out of the nut, and
yeah.
And then
All
yeah,
went
but
down.
how? There's no way we would have like who the hell checks the bolt on the front of the turbo?
They get tightened up on a VSR. You don't undo them. Someone's either undone it for shits and giggles and forgotten,
they maybe went to change the front wheel for some reason.
but they get shaved down. When they're balanced, they shave the nut on the front.
That's it.
So,
What are we looking at, bud?
she's cooked.
Cooked?
Yeah, she's cooked.
Oh, she's chewed up the housing.
Yeah, she's chewed. See all the finish?
Ah, so you're saying that's rubbish?
Yes.
I should take it home and do a giveaway with some merch.
Just put it in random packages.
Random package.
Random package, bits
Yeah.
of turbo from Japan.
Why not? We'll get the impeller off.
Oh, we'll just undo that. Yeah, we'll just undo
We can
that.
pop
Yeah,
that off.
yeah, it'll be fine.
We'll do a giveaway on some stuff with some merch.
I need
orders.
heat for that.
So
Vegan.
yeah, she's cooked.
She's
Yeah.
cooked. So
So jump on lukefink.com, guys. Grab yourself some merch.
you could win a Japanese turbo.
And I'm gonna chuck these bits of turbocharger, the main housing there.
Not that one.
Not that bit, the main front housing.
Actually, maybe that
And
one.
no.
No, okay.
And the main impeller there. I'm gonna chuck in 2 orders. I think I got one other thing I wanted to give in, which was a center cap out of one of these wheels out of this car. So got 3 things to chuck in orders. So jump in, guys, lukefink.com. Grab yourself some merch. Clearly, I've got to pay for a new turbo.
Mm-hmm.
Boo.
I need a rattle gun for this bit. Of
Yeah, I tightened them.
You tighten them.
course you did.
Well, I had to clock the turbo because it was set up for
Yeah.
FG.
Well, at least we know why it blew up.
This is what I
Someone
wanna know.
effed with the turbo,
Yes.
so we don't buy second-hand turbos.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
Thanks for taking that bullet for me.
I really did take that bullet for you, didn't I? Yep.
For people that don't know, that was actually meant for my car.
Yep.
Yep.
And ironically, I was going to put this turbo on my Patrol, or I really wish I did, because it would have been much better to break in Australia. Anyway, Barrel
We can cry on the plate.
in Japan will be back. Tell me, sir.
So that's just the cause, basically. So that's all rubbed off on the compressor housing.
Yeah.
That's the actual problem. See the bearing?
Oh yeah.
Or the floppy flop?
Yeah, the fluffy lot.
That's the problem.
Like caused by it being loose, right?
Yes. So what's happened is it's moved forward. Obviously moved forward on the shaft. This has all become loose. It's obviously spinning at sort of 200,000
Which that
RPM.
little zzz noise that we heard would have been, unfortunately,
It would have
just...
been nicking that after Mihan. It would have been nicking that, and then
And that's
after,
that noise I said. It sounds like it. Remember,
sounds
I said
off.
to you, I'm like, that sounds like metal on metal, just the slightest bit.
It sounded off, and we didn't know what it was. So So, but now we do.
Now we know that the impeller was loose.
Yep. So,
It
one of those things.
cost me $600+ to find out
We'll
that
go.
was the
We'll
problem.
go with that. We'll go with that much.
Probably,
That's
well,
not the turbo.
and the not including the turbo and
Yeah.
fixing it and all that. Yeah,
So yeah, jump on
Nice
LukeFink.com.
7-hour drive.
Buy merch. New turbo needed.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's what happens.
Bleh.
Play dumb games, win dumb prizes.
Yeah, that's cars for you.
I wonder if this will press out with my press.
Press.